So today we're going to be talking about keyword blasting and PPC and how to use keywords and stuff to find good keywords just using blasting keywords through AdWords, MSN, Yahoo. So this session is basically going to be just talking about all about keywords. This session is going to be different from all the other sessions because I actually want everybody to be active and interacting. If nobody's interacting, then I'm not going to continue, right? Because this is my session. Everybody, I've been to a couple of these sessions before. It's always quiet. I'm always speaking. The guys up here speaking. You guys are just sitting down, right? So we're going to try to have Q&A in between these slides. So my name is Fernando, if you don't know me. I'm a PPC guy, search. I do media buy, contextual traffic, a lot of stuff with paid search, right? Today we're just going to talk about a lot of keyword stuff, beginning of keyword, what keywords mean, keyword blasting, keyword discrimination, how to blast with Yahoo for free, and all that stuff. So if you're a noob in here, this is going to be a little hard for you because you're going to have to waste money when you blast keywords, right? And a lot of newbies, they don't want to spend money, right? So all the noobs want to ask questions, all this stuff. Well, just read that slide, and there you go, the answer, okay? So keyword blasting is very, very simple. Keyword blasting can actually be spoken in only 10 minutes. But this session is going to be about keywords, specifically keyword blasting and discrimination, all right? So can anyone tell me why keywords are important? Anybody? Go ahead.
So you get to the right people.
Okay, what about what kind of people?
The people that want to buy your product.
Specifically demographics? Okay, cool,
You can
cool.
drill down that far if you want.
Cool, good. So keywords is the best way through AdWords that you can find a targeted audience, targeted market, or you can actually go general, okay? You can actually go niche specific for keyword, like acai berry, okay? There's a lot of type of keywords, and informative type of keyword or action. Informative type of keywords are short-term keywords like weight loss, right? People want to look at keywords and know that weight loss, they're only looking for information. You don't think weight loss, the word weight loss, somebody's going to buy it, right? But what about if somebody wants to do action? They usually type in something like acai berry review. The person that's using that search term is most likely to take some action, correct? So two types of keywords, action and informative keywords. And this helps you easily find your targets this way, okay? Acai is very general, but if you go review acai slim or Poma Slim versus acai, those are the type of keywords that people are probably going to be looking and taking action on, right? Now with keyword blasting, you're going to need to waste money, okay? You need to, when you first get into keyword blasting, everybody does keyword blasting, but not at a high level in the beginning, okay? When you start a regular AdWords campaign, you technically do keyword blasting in the beginning because you put in a bunch of keywords into your campaign or ad group, broad, phrase, or exact, and then from there, you actually dissect that keyword, correct? You find the keywords that are converting, what are not converting, you up your bid, you lower your bid, etc. With keyword blasting, you definitely have to waste money in the beginning if you want to find and get the traffic, okay? And the reason why I say wasting money is fun and informative, because when you keyword blast, you're actually getting a lot of more information in the beginning than in the longer term if you're going to blast it in a week. So by that, I mean, you're going to be using money to just pump out a bunch of keywords and see what converts on a campaign or on a specific niche or offer. So with wasting money, it's really good just because you can just see, let's say you're pulling up an offer, right? We're doing acai berry, and you want to do direct linking to that specific offer, okay? You don't want to create a landing page. You don't want to do any of all that stuff. You just want to see what the demo is, what the demographics are. Put it in Google AdWords, pick a bunch of general keywords, put it in your campaign, your ad group, and waste about $500 on that specific ad group or campaign. By right away, you should get clicks and at least some conversion. From then on, you can actually start dissecting and see what keyword is actually perfect for you to expand on. Type of keyword search. Everybody knows what it are. Broad, phrase, exact. Okay. Anybody have questions on this part? This is pretty fairly generic. So what is keyword blasting or blasting keywords? Taking a bunch of related similar keywords and blasting them with clicks. Each blasted keyword tells a story. Blasting keywords separate profitable keywords from not profitable. Blasting keywords not stereotypical and only provides you with results. And it's true, because when you're wasting money to figure out what campaign or what offer is really working, you actually just take all a bunch of keywords and just see what keywords are converting right away. If you start a campaign, $20 campaign, and within a week or so, you see what keywords are actually converting and what's working, then you know that certain keywords are good, certain keywords are bad, and then you separate them in separate ad groups. Now, how do you find keywords to blast? Well, it's based on an offer, right? Your niche. So there's Google Keyword Tool. I recommend it because it's one of the best ones. You really don't have to do any more work. If you're using AdWords, there's really no point to use another keyword tool because Google's already done the research on their back end on what people are actually already searching. Okay. You can use generic terms to go specific, and I would always use high volume keywords. In AdWords, Google tool, keyword tool, try to get anything that's more than 1,000. Okay, anything less than 1,000 in volume is usually not that good of a keyword search. Okay, you really don't want to try to mix anything with them. You want to use high volume or either low volume. Because if you want to use high volume, they're already getting that traffic, right? So if you're using low volume, it's really not that good to blast low volume and mixing them with high volume because you want to kind of organize yourself on saying, hey, this set of keywords is low volume. I'll just go ahead and organize it and structure it this way. High volume, you get a lot more clicks, and you get more ratio and more information on how to look at it and dissect it more. Questions?
When you're keyword blasting with these high volume keywords, you're using broad match?
We'll get to it shortly. Blasting campaigns. It's fairly simple. One campaign, one ad group per keyword type. All right. Okay, you can go 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. One campaign with one ad group for broad terms, or one campaign for one ad group for phrase, exact, etc. Okay. The budget depends on your offer. Let's say the payout for, I don't know, an offer is $20. You probably want to spend $200 plus to just get all that clicks right away. You want to get as much clicks as you want in one day or so you can figure out right away what kind of keywords are converting and which ones are not. And then you can actually start dissecting from that point and see which keywords are more profitable than others.
So you wrote $20 payout equals $200 budget.
I'm just saying, I just do it by 100% usually, so.
So you're just using you created a form that says 10 times.
Yeah.
10 times your payout.
Yeah.
So is that generally a good
That's what I generally use because by that amount, usually because you want to at least convert at least some of it, like at least 30% of it. So 10 times for me this should be a good amount, but you can actually go less if you want. I wouldn't really go less because if you have a bunch of keywords, especially long tail, you might not get that long tail till maybe 2 days down the road, right? So it's best to keep it high and try to get as much clicks and keyword clicks as possible.
Now, with respect to setting your daily budget and stuff like that, setting a high budget or if you
I set a high budget right away.
So you put in 200 or you put in 2,000?
I would put in 200, because if you want it for the day, and you only want to do set amount for that day, just do 200. If you want to do 2,000, you can. But you want to do it for that specific campaign. You don't want to do it for a campaign ad group, right? So if you're just doing it for that one offer, one payout, one day should be good enough. But if you spend it through the first 2 hours, then your budget's pretty low, right? And you maybe want to up that a little bit more,
Because you do a daily
Yeah, I feel like you need at least a good day's worth of information.
Do you define that by number of clicks or number of
I do a day, a whole 24-hour, right?
whatever that?
Yeah, and then whatever comes in, right? But let's say if you do like an email submit, you could do like $100. And you can actually take a lot of information with the email submit with just 4 hours of information, and then you can know right away which keywords work, because email submits or lower payouts are easier to figure out the keyword, because there's really not a big search term for those. You know?
So the time has more to do with the
Well, the time is because you want information, right? You want to look at information and say, hey, these sets of keywords are working, these other sets of keywords are not, so I'm not going to use these sets versus these. No. Any other questions?
Well, what if you said 1, 1, 1, 2?
Yeah. So when you create you know how to create an ad group campaign, right? So one campaign, one ad group for broad terms, okay? Or you can do one campaign, one ad group for just phrase search, or one campaign, 3 ad groups, broad, phrase, exact, or one campaign, one ad group for broad, one campaign, one ad group for phrase.
You can do one
Yeah.
have different ad groups based on broad.
Correct, yeah. Because just like the gentleman over there said, what kind of keywords we're going to be using, broad search or phrase, you can use whatever you want. It's actually in the slide later on, but we'll just jump into it right now. Broad terms, you want to just keep them broad because they're general. You could use only like 25 keywords, because when somebody types in a broad search term, it's going to give you the unique keyword, right? If you're tracking it properly, anyway. Phrase, same thing. You can use an X amount of budget for phrase or exact. But you really want to keep them separated, because you want to know, you don't want to mix broad and phrase and exact together, because you can't.
You wouldn't want to use the same keyword in both broad and phrase because one's covered.
I would, because that's why if you create one campaign for one broad and another campaign for phrase, another campaign for exact, it's different, you know.
It wouldn't be the same word.
It wouldn't be the same words, correct.
Because with a word like college degree, if you put that in broad, it's going to still cover for exact, because you'll see your stats to see how many people just typed in college.
Yeah, correct. But I think having more an exact and phrase, you're getting more of a snipe keyword version than a regular broad search term. You know. So for me, having the exact and separating them by campaigns and phrase more like I'm targeting it more closely than having it broad. You know. Any question in the back? No? How much you spend? We just basically covered this. It depends on the offer. Pay out $20, test $200. You want to give yourself 4 days worth of clicks. More clicks gives you a lot of useful data. You can also openly test it for a week if you want. This gives you a day's week of data. And that also makes sense if you're doing daytime partying, or maybe the weekend gives you more traffic than the weekdays. Midweek maybe gives you more traffic than the weekends. You know, and that's really up to you. And that also depends on the offer as well. So if you're doing an EDU offer, usually EDU will probably do better on the weekends than the weekdays. So you probably want to blast it on the weekends and up your budget a lot on the weekends. You know? So if the payout for an EDU is probably like $13, you probably want to do, I don't know, $1,300 for it. You know? But other than that, it's up to you on how much you want to blast your data. A couple hours, I recommend a day. Blasting for a week is really helpful depending on the offer. Questions?
You're doing this to test the offer or after you determine you like the offer?
No, when you first pick an offer, like say you want to do an offer, right? You don't know, keyword blasting is basically where you don't want to do the research. Okay, you pick an offer, create a campaign, and just add a bunch of keywords and let it free. That's what keyword blasting is about, right? So if we just chose acai, right, and just, I don't want to create an LP, I don't want to do anything, keyword blasting actually just does the research for you, okay? So. Now, the best part about keyword blasting is that it doesn't care about your ad copy, right? You can make a crappy ad copy, you know, and you can see that keywords are probably still converting based on that ad copy. The reason for this is because when you blast keywords, you're taking the keywords associated with that ad copy right away, and you're seeing the demographics reacting to that ad copy, okay? So when that ad copy, or when the demographics actually react to the ad copy, you know what kind of keywords are converting, okay? all you have to do now is just take that keyword, expand it, leave the same ad copy, and watch it make you money, right? Ad copy is important. You know, you really want to create a good ad copy to attract the user, the call to action, and the first headline. But testing multiple copies does not have to be done because it really doesn't matter. Keywords, blasting on a campaign, users are looking at the keywords and reacting to that specific ad copy. Blasting targets on the audience based on your copy. No need to test multiple times because you just find what works. Like again, if you have a crappy ad copy, it's going to work no matter what because you're blasting the keywords. If that ad copy and those keywords did not convert, then you have a crappy campaign. So basically, keyword blasting is not stereotypical, it's not racist. It just chooses the keywords, you know? Now, who cares about quality score? Same thing what we just said about ad copy. Keyword blasting associates everything with Google's quality score system, okay? If you're just direct linking to an offer and the SEO side of the LP is useless, then only certain keywords, or most of the keywords, are only going to be will work with that specific offer, all right? Other than that, the quality score will only change and react to the specific keywords within the ad group and ad campaign, okay? So if you threw in like, I don't know, 500 keywords, and only about 100 of them were not given a poor quality score, and out of those 100, you already know what kind of keywords are associated with that specific LP, you can expand on those keywords with the Google Keyword Tool and expand those and see which one's going to start working, okay? It does not matter since only where the keywords, I don't want that get to be blasted. Find keywords that relate to the offer. Basically what I just said, you know, put in a campaign, bunch of keywords, about 70% of your keywords are going to be poor quality score, the other 30% are probably going to be good keywords with a good quality score, and that's going to relate to that specific offer. From that offer, you expand on those keywords. Now, instead of direct linking, we can actually blast with landing pages, and this is also good if you want to take the time to create landing pages, right? Excuse me. And landing pages are important because you want to actually pre-sell to the users to create the action that you want on their back end. Anybody have questions on landing pages? Because I think I'm going to skip this. Like types of landing pages, jump pages, etc. Yeah, it does, but if you add, it will, yeah, exactly. So keyword blasting is going to change all that. Basically, so it's going to specifically tend to what you provided for the keyword blasting.
So when you keyword blast, more or less, you identify the keywords that really wouldn't even work well with bridge page and all those things.
Well, it depends how you make the bridge page. Are you putting content behind the offer, below it? You know, it really depends how you make that bridge page. The bridge page is fairly simple, you know. But with blasting, however you made that landing page, the keyword that you put into the campaign will react to how you made that LP, correct? If you made a really good one, all the keywords should be, quality score should be good. If you made a really crappy one, then it's going to be all poor, right? So the LP, the landing page, reacts to the types of keywords that you put in, okay?
Yeah, just a question on what you were saying a minute ago. So let's say you put in 500 keywords, and 70% come up with, two
Bad.
poor quality.
Yeah, yeah.
So you bag them. My experience is there actually may be some real nuggets in there for later. So do you ever, using this technique, do you ever go back and try to get those ones didn't clear and get their QS up and blast them, or no?
Yeah, if you're going to use a landing page and create multiple landing pages, then yes, because you're still testing separate different ones, right? So obviously you want to go back and see how those keywords reacted to your change. Keyword blasting is basically just using one LP, direct linking, and see how it reacts. From there, you could keyword blast over and over again. So blasting is all what you provide to Google, okay? Let's see. How to track keywords. Anybody track keywords? Obviously, everybody needs to track keywords. If you don't, you need to leave this room. Okay, the program that I actually recommend, or a system, is Tracking 202, or Prosper 202. It's created by my good friend Wes and Steven. If you haven't talked to them at the meat market, you need to, because this system is actually really, really good, especially for keyword blasting and keyword discrimination. The fact that you can actually just track every single keyword on that aspect and just see which one does better right off the fly instead of using Google reports, etc. You know, so you can see what set of keywords are organized through Tracking 202 or Prosper 202. Tracking 202 is a web hosting one, and Prosper 202 is a self-hosted one. It's up to you what you want to use. I personally use Prosper 202. I'm also using Tracking 202 Pro, which is actually a really good system as well. So anybody have questions on tracking keywords? Because this can actually go in depth about this. Tracking 202 or Prosper 202. Yeah, Prosper 202 or Tracking 202.
How do you import the sales of the software? Which keywords need sales?
Look. What's the question? Conversion? Well, oh, okay. Tracking 202. Is Steven in here? Tracking 202 team? No? Okay, cool. Oh, they could get some good publicity. Yeah. What? Oh, no. What happens is the way it tracks conversion is in Prosper, you actually have to go into your affiliate network, capture the sub-IDs, upload them to Tracking 202, and it actually tells you conversion. But now to upgrade with Prosper and Tracking, they actually have a, the Tracking 202 and Prosper, they actually have now a postback URL and image pixel. So if it's converted on the network side, it's going to just auto-update on this side. Okay. But originally, I actually logged into each network, uploaded sub-IDs that's associated with these keywords, and see what converts. But you could actually do the image pixelation. It's actually easier, or post back. Questions? Anybody here use Yahoo instead of Google? Awesome, cool. Now, you can actually blast with Yahoo and the same methodology as using Google AdWords, but you actually get it for free. And the best part is that you can have multiple accounts with Yahoo and merge them all into one account, okay? That's the best part. You can find a $100 coupon, sign up. You only need $30 to deposit, and it's only $130 for spending, right? So it's probably good to use it on low-cost offers or lower payouts because you have $130 to use. You can actually blast multiple times. Just sign up with Yahoo, find coupons, more so, all over the internet. Sign up 10 accounts. After you finish blasting, usually Yahoo will call you about the account, you know, and then they'll say, hey, using this same credit card in this account. All you got to do is say, same account, business type, I want to merge it together, and they'll merge it all for you.
They won't catch you on all those coupons?
No, they won't. They actually don't care. When you talk to the rep, they actually don't care. Like, not like Google is different. They'll be like, hey, you have 2 accounts, you need to bug off, you know. So, but Yahoo, when you talk to the rep saying, I want to merge Yahoo account 1, Yahoo account 2, Yahoo account 3 to one account, they'll go ahead and do that.
But now, when you sign up with 8 accounts and you use the same credit card, don't they have identifiers?
Yeah, they do. They do. That's why after you do the second or third one, they won't let you sign up. But then you can call them and say, hey, I want this to be associated with this first 2 accounts. Those 2 accounts are mine, and say it's fine. And they're fine with it.
Bind into it,
Yeah.
you can do it again.
Yeah.
More accounts.
Yeah. You
Just
can,
use different credit cards.
if you want, you can use different credit cards. Yeah, correct. Yeah. It's really like up to you because Yahoo actually wants you to use their network, right? They're not as big as Google yet, but they do have good traffic on there, so they'll allow you to do it.
I'll also throw one more thing on Yahoo. I think if you have an American Express business card, they give 5% rebate on your spending on Yahoo.
There you go.
500 rebate, so it would be more than 500 in advertising. They'll give you
Really?
$500 cash, yeah.
Yeah, maximum a year.
Right, so that's like $100,000 worth of expenses.
Anybody have a question over here? Yeah. No, you can't. Yeah, so basically with Google, they won't allow it, right? They won't allow you. I have multiple accounts with Google, okay, because I use one for keyword blasting because the history of Google will affect your quality score later on, right? So I have one good account on Google and I have another one strictly for just blasting. Now the thing with blasting on Google is that if you have a long count, if you have a history of blasting and it's all crappy traffic, all crappy stuff, nothing converting, you're gonna have to get another account with Google to just use strictly for blasting because the history of blasting is useless traffic, right? It's not good for Google. So they give you bad history, bad quality score, bad CTR usually on that. So.
Have you found any interest in using Microsoft Ad Center?
See, I was gonna say I never blasted with Ad Center before. I've only blasted with Yahoo and MSN. So with Google. So I never blasted with MSN before.
Did you just say we should have a separate account in Google to test the blasting because the accounts get destroyed?
Well, no, with Google, if you have a history of nothing converting, or you know what I mean, then your account basically goes from stable and then it degrades itself, you know. And you should have one good account with Google with all your good campaigns, good hour separation, keyword grouping, all that stuff. Later on, after so much blasting, you're gonna have to open up another Google account sometimes and continue to blasting if you want to. And then that will actually start yourself back at the level, and then you'll slowly again degrade because of the blasting.
So in essence, you have one account to do the blasting until it's not, and then when the keywords work, you put it in the other.
Yeah, once the keywords work, you actually separate the good ones from the bad ones and put it into your good account. Yeah, correct. What was your question again about MSN, right? Yeah, so, I don't use it. I've only 7search and all that stuff. I've only blasted with Yahoo and Google because it's so much traffic, you can figure out what data is happening right away. And they actually only want you to have one account, but you can sign up multiple accounts under a different credit card, different company name. After the third time on the same credit card, they'll call you and say, "This is another account. You won't be able to use it, open up." But then you can try to talk to them, but all you have to do is use I don't know if you guys are seeing the PayPal auto credit card generator thing. You can actually use that multiple times and get a new Google account. Yeah. Basically, it's PayPal credit card. It's a plugin in I guess Firefox, right? Or no, it's not a plugin. It's a desktop app. When there's a section where you have to fill out a credit card, it will pull down and say, "Do you want to create a credit card number to use for this account?" And you could say temporary or keep forever. And usually, you just want to do temporary because you're not going to want to keep billing that card later on, right? You only want that temporary number to be associated to just the Google so you can open it up. And later, once it's opened up, you can use a new credit card and pay your Google account. You know?
Citibank is the same thing.
Really?
If you have a Citibank Visa or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you go online, they have a virtual credit card terminal, and you can do exactly what you just said.
Cool.
And it's tied to your actual credit card, but it's
Yeah, correct.
Right. So you can make as many unique credit cards in the virtual terminal
Correct. Yeah.
as you want.
Yeah. Cool. Questions? Anything else? Now, do you want to waste money? Who wants to waste money? I like to waste money. But, all right. So, now, if you don't want to waste money, there's an actual nice system out there that does the blasting for you, right? This system actually does the blasting really good, and it gets you a lot of data. The problem with this is that you have to wait about a week to get good data. With blasting and wasting money, you get data right away. You know what I mean? So the software is called PPC Bully. Anybody heard of it? PPC Bully. Yeah, ppcbully.com. Yeah, don't worry. I'm getting into it. So, anybody want my? So, PPC Bully basically does the blasting for you, but on a timed interval. Okay. You actually dump a bunch of keywords into their software, and it actually types in each keyword, picks up the ad copy, and and tells you what ads are actually profitable based on a profit or PI number, profitable indicator number, and which is set by you. Okay. The best thing about this is that it pulls in so much data that it literally gives you just don't know what to do with it. You know, like you can't. Is Emil here? PPC Bullying here? Damn it, where am I? I know. I guess they're not my friends. It's all good. But hey, PPC Bully is perfect. Like you select your keywords, and you launch a campaign, trial and error, which is basically what keyword blasting is: make money, lose money, whatever. Let's do that. But PPC Bully just basically takes your bunch of keywords, put it in Google search, or Google search only right now. They're actually trying to expand into Yahoo and MSN. And it actually will pull up the campaigns, the ad copy, will tell you the LP, will tell you if the specific link is an affiliate link, it will show you the LP, it will tell you the long tail keywords, the short tail keywords, you can search by unique ID, type of keywords. It's just a lot of information with PPC Bully. And it does this for you automatically, and it's basically a way where you don't have to waste money. And it gives you so much more data than the traditional old school keyword blasting. All people used to do keyword blasting before this, and everybody does keyword blasting, you just don't know it. Keyword blasting is done at a higher level than the regular expense. Now, what do you want to do after keyword blasting, or when you use PPC Bully or anything? You actually want to separate them, right? It's called keyword discrimination, okay? You convert the keywords that are converting versus not keywords, okay? And you create new campaigns based on blasted results, create a new ad group based on blasted results, and you repeat and refine that aspect, right? Now, when you create your campaign or your keywords, you actually want to, like, somewhat discriminate it, right? You want to put, like, I don't know, weight loss terms on one ad group versus exercise machines in another ad group, right? You want to keep them separated, okay? This will give you better QS and CTR with Google and stuff, okay? After you created that and you know those keywords are converting, you should see money, you should see a good ROI on that aspect. And after that, some of the keywords sometimes in your new ad group that you create may not be doing well when you first converted, when you first did your keyword blasting, okay? And then you repeat and just refine, just keyword blasting all over again, you know, but at a smaller level now instead of a higher level. Questions? Well, if you use Google AdWords Editor, they have a keyword grouper in there, which I really don't like because... Yeah, I don't like that too. Yeah, there is one. John San, if you know him, is actually sitting right there. And he has a great programming system called Keyword Grouper. And it actually takes Keyword Grouper, and it actually takes a bulk of the keywords and intelligently separates them based on information on the internet. John, can you go ahead and talk about it for a little bit? See what's going on. Like a quick introduction about it.
Sure. Okay.
Stand up. No, he's good.
It's called kwgrouper.com. It's just a beta. That's just barely published it.
kwgrouper.com.
And it wasn't us. It takes a large number of keywords, 1,000, 100,000, 10,000. I've had it tested 100,000. And it goes through, it looks at the ad keyword, the meaning of the keyword, what websites are ranking for it organically and paid, as well as the intent of the keyword, and it maps all that together, and it goes through the list of keywords, and it gives it, and it links them all up together. So if you have this keyword, this keyword,
It's an actual application.
It's a downloadable desktop application that runs on Windows or Mac, and you download it, and it runs on your desktop. And the only part that does not run on your desktop is the actual part that does the processing of the grouping. But that actually spawns it. It spawns a server in Amazon's EC2 cloud, which then runs a dedicated process to do all the CPU crunches for that. It spikes the CPU and it kills the machine while it's running it. And that way your computer's not messed up. Also, it keeps my algorithm safe.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. Right now, we're still not sure about the pricing. I've got it set right now at 1 penny per keyword, but we may change that later on.
Do we get a discount for dropping Ian's name?
Yeah, you do. If you sign up and you start playing around with it, shoot me an email, and I'll let you know. What? If you go to it's
Spam him with SIE.
It's John at johnhassan.com.
John at johnhassan.com. O-N.
John, like, for example, if I want to, have 10,000 keywords, how many ad groups I create,
It really depends on the keywords. It really depends. You may end up with 300 ad groups, or you may end up with 500 ad groups. It depends.
Yeah, it depends on how the keywords are being grouped at all. So.
Google, if you go more than 100 ad groups, Google say that, they claim that their
Keywords or ad groups?
Ad groups. Yeah, just put them in multiple camp.
By the way, on the export, if you have too many ad groups, it actually cuts them up the whole campaign one, campaign two.
Yeah, because Google says, like, if you go over 100, it says that, you have to
We can't hear you.
You want a mics? Well, we're almost done. So, I want to go to Q&A. So, you want to just contact him after, and we should be good. Anybody got questions on this blasting stuff afterwards? Because we're gonna interact.
Quick question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if that's working.
Yeah.
It seems like this works well for entering new categories for head terms.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do about tail terms so you can recoup some of the large investment on the head end?
On sales terms? Oh, long tail. Okay, so broad, phrase, and exact, right? So let's start with broad. Let's say with blasting, you could blast only maybe 50 keywords because you don't need to figure out a long tail later on, because Google will figure out the long tail for you. Okay. So if you do broad search and you want long tail for a longer time, you actually want to just use 50 general keywords, right? And once you know those general, and then people are clicking through them, you want to take those words that are clicked on but not converted, because the reason for that is because it's so general that you have crappy traffic, right? It's so general that you have crappy traffic. So you want to take those long tail keywords, re-blast them again, and see out of those keywords what actually converts, okay? With the aspect where you take the general term, okay, you have to make sure you do really good tracking on that, because if you don't do good tracking, you're going to be missing out on long-term keyword, right? And on AdWords, in Google AdWords, they don't actually tell you the long tail keyword or what type of keyword, especially if you're doing broad. So you want to do good research or a tracking system using tracking tool to Prosper and say, hey, out of these 50 keywords, I got a bunch of new 200, 300 keywords that are long tail, blast them again and see which ones are more converting. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
How are you identifying negative keywords?
Negative keywords? Well, negative keywords wouldn't even be in here, because if they are, they won't even be clicked on, right? They're useless. If they're not converting, why use them? So it actually takes that aspect out with keyword blasting.
For example, new car, used car, right? You don't want car windshield.
Yeah, you don't want, like, if you do a new car or new sales car, you don't want blue sales car, right? You don't want the word blue in it, okay? So out of that, once you're blasting, you probably want to switch it over to phrase match or exact match from broad, okay? That's why in the beginning, I blast with broad, phrase, and exact, so I could get to figure out what term is perfect, okay? And that takes out the negative keywords out of it.
Yeah, so a couple just quick questions. So Prosper actually will show you the actual long tail
Correct,
term,
yes.
the actual, okay. And then just other quick question on this grouping software you were talking about. There are a couple of automated programs that will actually do, one ad group for each keyword.
Okay.
And I've heard mixed things on that. Some people say you should be that exact. Some people say Google doesn't like it and you're better off with, 5
Well-
to 20? Just does either one of you guys have any just input on that of one keyword versus a small group?
I try to go niche, like I go niche specific, right? So if one keyword is very, very niche or like very targeted, I want to keep that one keyword in its own ad group or campaign because I'm getting so many conversions on that specific keyword. I don't want to mix and match with keywords that are converting but not converting as high, right? It makes sense for that because you want to have a good Google history later on so it doesn't mess up your Google history account. From that aspect, from there you want to actually just, you know, make sure you have a good terminology on Google. That's all you really want. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I just give us a different answer on that. We've done a lot with Google, in particular restructuring our accounts, spending around $1 million a month. They said never go more than 25 keywords per ad.
Per ad group. Okay. There.
I'm trying to understand. You said before, you said you do a blast with some broad terms. You said then you're going to get a lot of clicks, but not necessarily conversions with some of them because it's still crappy traffic because it's too broad. Then you said you reblast what?
You reblast. Well, if you're doing broad blasting, you want to take the keyword that got conversion and the clicks out of those broad and move them over to a new campaign. Correct.
You said you're going to get on the broad manage a lot of
Long
clicks
term.
on terms with no conversion. So I'm eliminating those.
Yeah, you get rid of them. You don't want them.
Okay, that's where I lost you. Okay.
Yeah.
But the ones that actually converted, those are the ones I'm pulling out.
Correct, and separate them and
And I'm reblasting them? Or I'm
if they're converting, you don't need to. But on his aspect, we were talking about broad, and then he wanted long term, or long tail, right? So if you added in 20 keywords that is so general, like I lose weight, diet pills, and he blasts them generally on broad match, he'll probably get maybe 100 or so more keywords that are long tail, like how to lose weight with, you know, or diet loss pills that don't work.
You want to make it as long as possible. Then you take the longs you got that are converting and put them in the broad match again.
No. You want to exchange them. Since you already have the long tail, right? You want to move them into phrase and exact because he wanted to remove the negative keywords,
So then
right?
you take the long tail, make them phrase and exact.
Yeah, it's up to you. You can turn them to exact or phrase. It's really up to you. I use both. Then later on, you just want that same terminology that's working, right?
Because I was just confused because it sounded like you were doing something with terms where you got a lot of clicks but no conversion. But you're not.
Yeah, you don't want the keyword. Yeah, you don't want them. That's why you want to have more than two Google things. Cool. Yes, sir. Can you step on the mic, please, so that I can hear you? Thank you.
Does Google has any limitation or like a number of keywords or number of ad groups you can have or something like that, or does it work better like if you keep minimum or anything?
I don't know. Cause when I blast, I only use general term and broad, right? I do broad blasting first. From there, I personally take and figure out which one converts, which one doesn't. Look at the long tail and see what's working. I only use maybe a good 500 to 1,000 keywords if I want to do broad term or blasting, and then from there I actually separate them more into ad groups and campaigns. With ad groups, it depends on how you separate your keywords and how group and niche specific or tightly the keywords are grouped together, right? If you use Google AdWords Editor, it's not really a good AdWords editor. It creates too many ad groups for you, and it's really not that healthy. But I'm not too sure on the max. We usually went over 10, you know?
It's 2,000 keywords per ad group, and if you call AdWords, they can upgrade it to 5,000 for you.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks.
So when you start your initial blast, how many keywords do you start?
It depends. Like if I'm doing broad blasting, I'll probably use less than 100 because I want to figure out the long tail keywords, right? If I want to do phrase and exact in the beginning right away, but I would have to do my keyword research, right? I need to figure out more than 3 keywords I'll put in this specific ad group, ad campaign, and blast them that way. It's really up to you. I recommend do broad blasting first, lesser keywords, find out the long tail keywords.
So just start off just broad.
Yeah.
Then you see all your long tails, get rid of all the rest, and define and deal with that.
Yeah. Makes it nice and simple.
I couldn't understand why you were doing exact and phrasing it.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to, just make it nice and general, make everybody hopefully easier for everybody, but hey.
Yeah, but it's really the easiest, just do broad, and that's going to give you all the exact converting terms.
Yeah.
Then you cut it off and narrow it down.
Yeah, it's up to you. Questions? Anything else? Yeah.
Do you use SpyFu for anything?
No, I don't. I don't use any of the spyware. I mean, not spyware, but keyword competition stuff, any of that stuff. You know, I mean, because blasting basically does for you. You know what I mean? You put in a bunch of keywords, right? Blast the offer, direct linking or LP. Tells you what converts. That's it. Quick. You know what I mean? And then from there, you can see it doesn't do anything. It doesn't tell you, hey, you have a poor quality score on this keyword, right? Because you're going to take that good keyword anyway and move them to a new ad group, right? So all that stuff really doesn't affect me because in the beginning, keyword blasting quickly finds the offer, quickly finds the keyword that converts for you. And it does all the work for you. But you have to waste money, you know what I mean? You need to figure out how much you want to spend and see which one works for you, you know? Hold on.
So for you, do you actually start by blasting just broad, or do you do what you were telling us and you look broad, trade, exact, and 3 different groups? What do you personally do?
I personally do broad blasting right away.
You get the keywords from
Yeah.
broad or refine, okay.
Correct, yeah. Mm-hmm.
By moving a keyword, once you blast it and you test it and you see that it's converted. But once you are you see like a good keyword, if you move it to a different ad group, won't you lose the history, whatever you develop, maybe over maybe if you're doing this for 2 or 3 weeks, whatever the history you develop, won't you lose that?
The history? I'm not sure. What do you mean?
The history means that basically Google keeps a history about keywords and
Yeah.
quality and everything, right?
Yeah.
Won't you lose it when you move to a different ad group?
Of course, because you want to take the converting keywords, put them into a new ad group, new account, and you don't care about the other stuff because it's not converting. So you don't really care about those other keywords. You know what I mean? If there's you want to separate your positive converting keywords into a new ad group campaign that's already making you money, right? When you waste money on keyword blasting, you figure out right away which keywords are getting the clicks, which keywords are getting the conversion, and then you move those specific keywords into a new ad group and keywords. We don't care about that history anymore because it's not going to help us, right? So we only want to use the positive stuff.
So after you do the
Hold
blast,
on.
You know how consumer behavior will change? So you get rid of those keywords, but 6 months, do you redo it again and just see if maybe
If the campaign or it's not doing it's not healthy, then yeah,
even if it is healthy, I mean, maybe there's something that you're missing, or do you just
you can. I mean, it's up to you. If you want to go back into the account, into the old account, and reblast and see what happens, you can. That's why I had it earlier. You can keyword blast for a week, right? And see time of day, or let's say Monday is much more profitable than Tuesday or Wednesday, right? So that's pretty helpful. When you generalize with hours or your offer or anything, I personally want quick data, right? I really don't care too much about the daytime partying or the daytime of week. I want the converting keyword that's converting right away for me. But you can blast throughout the week, and say, hey, this is working. Maybe I want to touch base back 6 months ago and say, hey, let's reblast this again and see out of these negative terms that did not convert, let's blast them again and see which one converts now, So.
Are there any tools, Prosper, or anything that'll actually show you by day of week or by time of day?
Yeah. So Prosper and Tracking Tool 2 actually has daytime partying built into the software.
So it'll show you, hey, this was your
Yeah. So basically on the keyword, it'll say, hey, time of day between 1 and 2 is your highest peak. Okay. Yeah.
When you said, with the young lady, you said, if it's healthy, and so you constantly health and conversion, right?
Yeah, you already found the keyword that are converting early, right? Okay.
So I guess, just for the sake of discussion, there's really no need to, so we would constitute a need to reblast based off of reduction in conversion.
You know what? It's up to you. Okay. So basically the campaign,
Well, I say for me, because the whole point, at some point, is conversion, so.
Yeah, so in the beginning, conversion should be up, right? Maybe 6 months down the road, it's degrading slowly, right? Which happens. So maybe you want to look at back and say, hey, let's look back at it. Let me dump brand new keyword that Google found and reblast it again. Taking out the keywords that are already converting because you don't need to reblast them again because they're converting, right? So that's what you probably want to do to check it out, but it's up to you on how your campaigns react to, behavioral and all that stuff. So, yeah.
so you're advocating, so now you do your blast, and you got your keys, you got your converting. Now you copy them over and you put
Correct.
Right? Okay, that's what I wanted to
Yeah.
know. So that way,
You have a good history. You start off with a good history with Google
right.
right off the bat.
And good history account, you have the blaster.
Correct, yeah.
Use the blaster, you get your results, you put it now. If you use the blaster and that history is poor,
It's always, yeah.
aren't you suffering when you try to do your blast?
Correct, yeah. So you start off good, right? Like a couple months you go slowly down, but it's never dip, right? Because you're still getting clicks and you're still getting conversion, right?
I guess you see your quality scores.
Yeah, your quality score will, yeah.
And if they always look cruddy, you know it's time to dump this again.
Yeah, I mean, you'll figure out once all the keywords you put in are all poor quality store. Then you then you get a new account.
They should make an account for blaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Destroy that.
Just get PPC Bully. PPC Bully actually does it.
They should do it. They should sanction it.
So, any more questions?
One thing I want to talk about, like, you said, like, I can create multiple accounts in Google and
Yeah,
keyword block on one account and then put the converted one on the right one.
yeah.
At any time, Google finds out that you are promoting the same URL on two different accounts of yours.
Well, no, because if somebody here is promoting an offer that I'm promoting, then shouldn't that person also be banned as well? Google won't look at that.
No. That is different. Google, the Google policy says that you are simply a physical person having two accounts and promoting the same URL. It doesn't matter that your competitor is doing it or another affiliate is doing it. That is different. But you yourself doing that, having two accounts and promoting the same URL on the two accounts, then you.
But you're not really promoting it from the first account anyway because you already paused and stopped that campaign. So you're putting it into a new account and it's active.
I should stop it.
Well, yeah, because once you have your converting keyword, there's no point to rerun it again. You know?
So when you finish blasting, the campaign that you're blasting on is gone.
Yeah.
Because you create a new account and you use the campaign with the converted keyword.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not in effect ever promoting two campaigns on two different accounts.
Awesome. Cool. Any more questions? Awesome. Perfect.